Hey, it's AAA. Welcome back to Tiny Rogues. Today, Bandit, random, starting item. What did we start with? Dice. We started with dice. We have not played the Bandit in a very long time, probably because the Bandit's terrible and boring character who really needs some fixing, needs some adding of spice and enjoyment to them. Because just, sometimes you find more gold, not very exciting. Their starting equipment's not bad, but they're just entirely unexciting. No reason to really ever choose them. Starting with the katana is awesome. The katana itself is an okay weapon. It's not actually all that great. But I will happily take it, especially in this instance of getting the katana, a dex-only weapon, and then getting 3 pairs in a row. I'll take that. 30% increased attack speed, or 5% increased damage when you complete a room, resets each floor. Give me alacrity. Attack speed really helps the katana be better. That way in close range you can kind of create like this ring of blades. Boots. Don't have lightning, so we're just going to fight you normally. I am very much looking forward to 0.2.0 for Tiny Rogues. We're getting closer. I don't think there's an ETA for the update. But, Benji's been putting out some stuff on Twitter, and I'm really looking forward to it. Alt floors, new kinds of enemies. Very excited. I just immediately dashed into the room without thinking and took damage immediately. Lovely. Rip my soul heart. Check the uncommon weapons. Vicious throwing knives is actually tempting, because this might do slightly more damage than this. It's close, actually. This gives us an extra heart that we wouldn't have otherwise, and does poison damage. But it does have a limited range, unlike the kunai, so it's a bit of a toss-up. These are both good boots. We also have a golden die, so I want to buy this and then reset the shop. Onyx ring. You know what? Yeah, I'll take the onyx ring. And this is ranged. We'll go back to the katana because of the boots. And here we go. Lovely. There we go. Us taking advantage of the random item we started with. Booze also works quite well on this, because we started with a good amount of health. Strength doesn't really have any place on this run, except for maybe trying to get melee perks, but... Red dice? We do. Roll again. Alright. I do wish it told you, what random item you started with. We'll take all stats. I hope you're all having a very good day. I'm recording this on Monday. You'll be seeing this probably on Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. Not sure which. I'm working on trying to record all my videos at the beginning of the week. All of like the 3 p.m. uploads. You know I love static blows. But I am going to take No, let's take give and take. You know what? I don't need to take acrobatics every time I see it. We'll take give and take. Especially if we are going solely dex. That'll net out to a lot. Luck up's nice. You know what? I might have been underrating the katana. Because it's really doing a good job. Oh, we can come in here to get this. Thanks. Let's go for an enchantment as well. And we got legendary. Perfect. We'll come in here to sell some of my old junk. There we go. I'm saving our luck potion for a shop. Or, how about this? I don't have the money to actually make use of that, so I'm not going to bother. Could have used it for that, but getting this up to a +1 is more important in my opinion. Movement speed up. Thank you. And we'll take Ambrosia again. Do I have any reason to fight Megadeth? None at all. So I'm not going to fight Megadeth. I don't see any reason to do so. Also, we're only doing this run to reset Doppelganger. Because Doppelganger is on Thief. Which I know we've beaten Doppel Thief. Infusions are permanent. I'm actually going to reroll. That's interesting. But probably not. I'll take crits. Oh, there's a 10th sign. Oh yeah, that's about how each attribute type adds a small bonus. So each dex adds a little bit of attack speed, each strength adds a little bit of attack, and each intelligence adds a little bit of crit. Sniper rifle. We are going to luck potion coming in here. Rapid fire bow. Crescent axe. Swift blade. It's really good. We'll check out the rapid fire bow for a room. Okay, that's very fast. We'll see other pawn shops. We also have something that gives us even more. We have alacrity for even more attack speed. This is actually kind of hard. Clock eye. Interesting. The clock eye is a very good weapon. I understand that. It is very heavy RNG focused. If you don't know what it does, it just has a small attack to launch an explosive chicken for a bunch of damage. I'm actually going to stick with the katana. We do so many ranged weapon runs. Let's do a melee one for once intentionally. Also, it's a mono dex weapon. We've had a lot of success with mono dex drops. We got legendary on it from the thing. Santa hat. Recover a heart upon opening a gift box. And then infuse with cold for 10 rooms. Let me grab some more money. I'll go for the money drop. Just give me the resin now. I'm not talking a ton today, mostly because it's first recording of the day and I kind of got to get warmed up into, you know, constantly talking while doing everything. But I have been so hyper-fixated on D&D lately, especially now that I'm on a live D&D campaign podcast here on YouTube as well as on Twitch. It's called Dungeon Rollers. I am playing a druid rogue multi-class furbolg with a southern accent. And it's as wonderful as it sounds. We just had session 1 on Saturday, and I've just not gotten out of my head. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to doing more. We've got a strange party. We've got 2 barbarians. We have strange acting characters, like they're a bit strange acting. We've got 2 barbarians. Neither of them have many brain cells between them by how they act. We're not doing bleed damage, so that's irrelevant. We've got a ranger who I believe they're a new player, which is unfortunate because ranger is actually a bit more complicated of a class than you'd think it is going into it. I don't really need intelligence. Do I have any? I don't have any golden dice. Okay, I would have re-rolled if I could. Just gonna pass you. I'd rather save my money. We have a warlock who seems to be kind of reluctant in terms of just adventuring, which is interesting. 2 barbarians, and then myself. I am playing a they're down to earth, literally. They're a druid. But they also just don't like people. Super fine with killing. They have a dark past, obviously. Specifically, they were maimed by a hunter, like a poacher, who was trying to kill an animal sacred to their druidic circle. And, you know, they weren't very experienced. They got seriously hurt, lost part of their leg and an eye. That's it, you know, go with the fact that I also have only one working eye. But their circle went, yeah, that was a bad thing they did, but we're not gonna, like, punish them, really. You know, they've learned their lesson. They won't come back. Instead of, you know, punishing this person. So, my character is like, okay, so y'all officially suck. And he left. With the help of a fae, because it was, I took the Circle of the Shepherd subclass, which is very fae-oriented. An Eladrin, who was like, you know what, I understand your passion and your want to do justice and help people. I'll help you find a place to do that. So they guided me through some Feywild portals, and I ended up in the city that my character's currently in. It's been pretty fun so far. There's going to be an interesting thing about how we have an Eladrin party member. Not a full Eladrin. They're like an Eladrin elf. And, you know, since I have such... Ooh. No, that doesn't actually help us. Since I have such deeply... My character's very fey. Them being fey is very important to them. Like, they have the Fey Wanderer background, which means, like, they're considered a Fey by the Fey. They can pop into, like, come and go as they please, basically, between the 2 realms. Oh, I wish I could do that, but this is a 2-handed weapon. Extra bombs. I'm going to buy that. And actually, that... Because we can actually get a decent amount of armor here, and I think that wouldn't be bad. So that'll be a thing that comes to a point at some point. We leveled up twice last session because we fought a ton of kobolds. And so now I'm 2 levels druid, 1 level rogue. Which means I've got my my subclass, Circle of the Shepherd, which is very good. It lets me summon like this little nature spirit that gives me and my teammates buffs once per short rest. I can also wild shape, which means like I can transform into animals temporarily, which I plan to use to like help me infiltrate places, like typically by being very small things like spiders. His name is he, they, he, either way, pronouns, named Zilk. And yeah, obviously they plan on being spider primarily for the stealth, the web walking. Works very well with assassination-iness. Also, one of the kinds of spider is the only creature that druids can shape into with a ranged attack. How do I put on my hat? That was cute. Do it again. But yeah, this is max levels on it, yeah. I'll buy some of your dice. Not really gonna get rid of my souls. This run basically hasn't made at this point. But yes, I have 1d6 of stealth, of sneak attack damage at the moment. That will increase as I put more levels into Rogue. I'm planning on capping at level 3 or 4 of Rogue, which would give me 2d6 of sneak attack. But I also intend to take the Assassin subclass, where attacks made, like surprise attacks from me, automatically critical hit. Which... That's a lot. Crits are normally double the dice, but this is the DM who does double the damage. So, I'm planning to use my wild shape to come in and out of, basically to like get reliable ambushes. Give me more damage. That was really hard. None of those were really things I wanted. I guess part of the problem with being solely dexterity is you basically only get dex options. We already have a lot of good dex options. I'm also using throwing knives for something different. I have a shield, and I draw and throw knives, like... No one's asked them about it yet, but it's kind of almost a dance for them. Where they, like... Because to do what they're doing, they're throwing a knife, switching hands with their shield, and throwing again. So if you were to look at the way they're fighting, it's almost like... It's almost artisan-y, like a dance. The way they, like, kind of spin and throw and swap and all that. They do also have a short sword that they can just, you know, stab people with up close for slightly more damage. But with us having 2 barbarians, it's much safer for me to just kind of throw knives at a distance to sneak attack my targets that are dealing with the barbarians. Also, because I don't plan on really using spell attacks very much, I'm having to look at, what concentration spell do I want to primarily use? Because I will be primarily... I plan on increasing my spellcaster levels more than my rogue levels, so at a certain point I will, next level of druid I get second level spells, which gives me access to, like, summon beast. I should get my dex thing here. Thanks. We'll definitely get unworthy on the rest of these. Drop the Santa hat. Pick up this. The only problem with Summon Beast, as much as I like it, is, it has the problem of costing 200 GP. Just for the material components of the spell, which is a lot. And then I get Summon Fae at level 5, which makes a lot more sense for my character, though it's a bit worse. So I kind of got to weigh pros and cons there if I ever plan on doing that Summon Fae spell. I also just have the potential of, you know, going to the Feywild and just making an alliance with... I left the helmet behind in the shop that I bought, that I wanted for the extra armor. I'm rushing. Going too fast. We've not really gotten much damage. There we go. Actually, no, we have. It's just not really feeling like it. That's really good. We'll take the gladiatory helmet. But yeah, I haven't really planned ahead to like what spells I plan on focusing in the future. Session 1, I did also accidentally find a magic item. It's kind of cursed, but not really. It's called the Mug Mortar. It eats magic. Both mine and enemy magic. So I either have to keep it fed, or I can specifically not keep it fed, so it protects me from magic. But also, or can protect me, it's only a chance. But then there's the problem of, it also has a percentage chance to just eat my spells if I cast them. So if I cast Produce Flame, for instance, oh, I'm poisoned. If I were to cast Produce Flame, which is my druid cantrip, one of my druid cantrips, might as well check these. None of these are actually great for us. Like, no joke. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. We can roll again. Ah! Echoing Fury, Flame Spear, Misfit's Sword. We could try one of these two. It's a melee polearm. Let's drink this and take... We want something with high attack speed. They have the same attack speed. These will both be slower than our current. Let's try this. I don't think I've ever used this Flame Spear. Flame Spear, sorry, not Sphere. Flame Sphere is actually a D&D spell that is a concentration druid spell that I could consider using. Because one of the big things with druid is your concentration matters a lot, because you can keep concentrating and sustaining spells. Hello? You're interesting. You're a soul shop. That's what that means. Okay. We don't want the Axe of Despair. We've already done that. I'm gonna ignore... Let's re-roll you once. See what you got. You got keys. Yes, we do want one of those. There we go. Yeah, for druids, it's very important to stay on top of your concentration, because in your beast form you can still do that. So if you've casted Flame Sphere, you can move around the Flame Sphere, I didn't mean to drop a bomb there, when you're in animal form, which is obviously very powerful. Summon Beast and Summon Fae both work so that, I actually want to try and get rid of... No, actually, these are all good perks. I'm not going to... I can't cancel. So I guess we'll... Guess I'll use Rampage. Opportunist. Does not work with this. Quick Step. Okay. We will try out... We'll try out this. The Flame Spear. Oh yeah, you're weak to fire, aren't you? Which is ironic for the Mind Flamer to be weak to fire, I know. See, at some point, my next level up is going to be in Rogue to give me Cunning Action. Then I take a level in Druid. So I've got time to figure out what I want to mainline from, like, what spells I want to specialize in. We don't have many spellcasters in our party. Our spellcasters are myself, we have a Warlock, and we have a Ranger who has just now gotten spellcasting. Both of those latter two are newer players. Why did I come in here? I don't know. 10 rooms. 10 rooms. Give me alcohol. I also, I'm the only one in the party who will ever have access to ritual casting. Because Rangers and Warlocks don't. Warlocks can through an invocation, but I don't see this Warlock doing that. So that puts a lot of pressure on me, as we don't have a Cleric or anything or Wizard for that. I could take the perk to specifically get the feat to specifically get better with that at some point. I don't see myself doing that, but I could. Do some with this, because I feel like this is our better weapon. So like detect magic. For right now, it's mostly just detect magic. It's like that's kind of my responsibility, which for a Furbolg would typically be super easy because they can freely cast detect magic. But the DM's like, hey, if you want, because I'm not a huge fan of detect magic as a spell, do you want find traps instead because you're a rogue? And I went, absolutely. I will happily take just a much better spell. I wouldn't call it a much better spell. It's a spell that's... Well, specifically, it's twice per rest I can cast Find Traps. Or, like, rather, I can... Yeah, it's twice per rest I can cast Find Traps. So, like... But the way they're doing it is, like... based on successes, kind of. So it's not even so much, like... Technically, it's not 2 casting of the Find Traps. It's almost just awareness of the first 2 traps I encounter per rest, magically. It's almost like a magic 6th sense. Which is very cool for a rogue, makes a lot of sense for a rogue druid, and it's cool, and as a druid I already had access to detect magic, so not being able to cast it once without, you know, doing a ritual cast, it's absolutely a great trade-off. But yeah, that, you should join my Discord. Come to a stream, type ! Discord to join it, and, also watch that on Twitch every Saturday at twitch.tv/Ahnalee. Ahnalee. It's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's see who the Doppel is. Doppel Wanderer, which is who we'll be playing next time.
Hello, what's happening? It's that man in black and green. Sometimes sweet and saccharine. Sometimes he be as mad as me. Insanity, persistently, forever entertaining the man in green. This is Triple A.